My favorite rides: Mustang, Porsche, Jaguar, Cadillac.
What are you doing?
I'm talking about my favorite rides, you know?
No. Favorite, like, attractions and rides in Disney.
Oh.
You never get it. You never
I
get
never
it.
understand.
We're going to talk about it on this episode of Next Stop Main Street.
Hey everyone, welcome to this week's episode of Next Stop Main Street. I'm Lenny.
I'm Angela.
And we're missing someone.
Who is it? Brian.
No.
Jason?
No?
Who's missing?
There's usually someone that sits in this seat, but forget about them. Because in this episode, we're talking about our tip-top 5 rides at the Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida. And we brought on a special guest to talk about her favorite rides. Eva, come on in.
Hi, Eva.
How are you doing? Oh, your ears fell off. That's okay. Eva, thank you for joining us today.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Great. If everyone doesn't know, Eva is our Angela's cousin and my niece. Eva, let's start with you.
Are you
Are you ready?
excited?
You told us earlier that your number 5 ride is...
Yes, these are ranked in order, so we're going to go 5 to 1.
Your number 5 ride is Toy Story in Magic Kingdom. Why is that your 5th favorite ride?
Because it's tricky, like you have to shoot the targets and sometimes they move.
What?
Yeah.
They move. I like that.
That
I like
sounds
the difficulty. I like the fact you like a difficult ride.
Yeah, me too.
That's
shows
cute.
your intelligence.
And you spin and you spin.
You
on
do
that
spin, yep.
fence.
That's absolutely right.
Yes.
All right, Angela, what is your number 5 favorite ride?
My number 5 favorite ride / attraction is an attraction, and my favorite is the Monsters Inc. laugh floor in Tomorrowland in the Magic Kingdom. It's always been one of my favorites. I like jokes. I'm a very comedic person, so I've always been. I always think it's so much fun to like text in your jokes, and then it's really awesome that the monsters are really like talking to you and they're interacting to you. And on my last trip, I was chosen by Buddy Boyle to do his mind reading trick, and he told me I sounded constipated when he made me do one of his tricks, but I'll leave that a little surprise, see if he makes you do it. But it's a really great time, and therefore it is my number 5 favorite ride or attraction.
Good. That is a fun time, especially it's air conditioning.
Yes. Yeah, when it's hot at like noon.
Yeah, so it's air conditioning. That's that'd be the reason why I put that on my list. But my number 5 ride / attraction would be Pirates of the Caribbean, just because it's old school and it's classic. Again, AC when you walked inside. Yeah, posters behind us. Thank you. Just a good old fashioned. There's nothing crazy to it, but the animatronics are awesome. The singing.
I know. The smells are iconic.
Yeah, it's nostalgia. Okay, Eva, so before the show, you told us that Big Thunder Mountain was your number 4 favorite attraction. Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because it has lots of bumps and you get to go downhill.
Yeah.
Yeah? What else? It's really wooded and rickety.
I know.
It's kind of old school. So it makes it a little more fun. I wouldn't know, but it makes it a little more fun.
Well, I can add a little something extra because Big Thunder Mountain is my number 4 too.
Whoa!
It's both our number 4.
Great minds think alike.
I know. Boom. I agree. It's a nostalgia ride for me, and for not my last 2 trips, but there were 2 trips consecutively where it was closed. It was closed over the summer and kind of into the early fall, and of course I went 2 times consecutively in that span, so I didn't get to go on it. So I had like forgotten how much I love Thunder Mountain. It's just like you're sitting with your family, and it's just like you remember being a little kid and doing the same thing, but now you're old and sad. But Big Thunder Mountain, number 4 for me.
That's true, you are old. Number 4 for myself would be the Haunted Mansion, another classic. And it's where the original Hidden Mickey started, with the plates on the dining room table.
Yes.
What would happen is every night, the staff, before they left, they would set up the plates to look like Mickey ears, and then the maintenance worker would come in and readjust it, and in the morning, the staff would come back in, the cast members, and put it back. So it was a big game they were playing, and now the Hidden Mickeys obviously are huge, and everyone's looking for them, and books are being published. But Haunted Mansion, you can't beat it. It's just one of those classics.
Yeah, and if you haven't been on it in a while, I would definitely check it out because they have done a lot of updating to kind of like the animatronics and the faces in the graveyard and you know what I mean.
That's so cool.
It's really cool. And check out the updated queue.
So Eva, your number 3 favorite ride happens to be going down for refurbishment throughout this fall and summertime and fall. Splash Mountain. Why do you love Splash Mountain so much? You put it number 3.
Because it has lots of water.
A lot of water.
Yeah.
And that makes everyone want to go in there bathing. And also it's hot.
The best part about getting wet in Florida.
Because it's so fast.
It's fast.
It is fast. It has a couple different drops before the big one.
Yeah.
So the best part about getting wet in Florida is that it takes you minutes to dry off. So you don't have to worry about bathing suits. You just walk right off the ride and you're dry magically.
They really couldn't have closed it in like January.
Yeah, right.
Like, they had to close in the summer.
I know.
And every time people think that when you see a hill, you think it's the big one.
But it's not.
It's not.
Oh,
It's
they-
like,
really
yeah, wait for
short,
the
like-
vultures. Wait for
Yeah,
the vultures.
It's
they-
like really short like this.
They trick you a lot. And it's cool. The song's cool and the
Yeah.
story when you're going through the tunnels. That's really cool. That's a great choice.
Yes.
Even I do that ride, Eva. So Angela, what is your number 3 favorite ride in Disney?
My number 3 favorite ride for this list is Mount Everest in the Animal Kingdom. I love Everest, but for the first few years that it was open, I didn't actually go on. I was kind of afraid of it. I would wait by myself in the gift shop while my mom and all her friends went on because I wasn't a roller coaster person till very recently. But I really like the story of the Yeti. I like the surprise backwards, especially when you're up there and you're kind of like looking out. And if you have a front row seat, you have a really great view of all your surroundings,
Right.
which I think is really awesome. And it's definitely something to check out in the Animal Kingdom as a thrill ride.
You want to talk about view? Sit in the front, go on that ride, sit in the front row
Yes.
after May 27th and look at Pandora.
Yes.
That's a cool idea. My 3rd favorite ride in all of Disney would have to be, well, it's a toss-up between the Safari, Kilimanjaro Safari, or the Cali River Rapids. So I'm going to go with Cali River Rapids just because I'm not much of a roller coaster guy. That's probably as close as I'm going to get. But like Eva said, love getting wet when it's nice and hot in the summer. The ride is exciting. It has, it's just one of those things. You don't know if the boat's going to spin. You're going to get hit by the waterfall.
Yeah, it's the element of
It's
chance.
fun. Yeah, and it's short and quick, and it's refreshing.
Yeah. It's most fun when you're on it with people that you know, I feel like.
I like going with people I don't know because I like to see the strangers get wet. But that's just me. Eva, we'll move back on to you. Your number 2 favorite ride. You told us before the show while we're eating breakfast that it was Mount Everest, the one Angela just talked about.
What?
Is that bananas? Why is that your number 2 favorite ride? Because number 2 is pretty important.
Yeah, I know.
Because you have to go backward and it's like really scary and you go and you see a Yeti and everyone's like screaming.
Screaming?
Screaming,
Everyone should be screaming. That
I know.
Yeti's big.
And
I'm scared.
you also like go really fast down and it makes you want to throw up. It has to go down really fast.
Yes, and I definitely suggest now that Animal Kingdom is open later, checking out Everest at night, because at night, the Yeti's way scarier. But that's how I would check it out.
Angela, what is your number 2 favorite attraction at Walt Disney World?
Okay, everyone, please don't laugh. My number 2 favorite is Muppet Vision 3D in Disney's Hollywood Studios. How do you feel about that? Okay.
I want to hear this explanation.
For me, it's another nostalgia ride. I'm a really big Muppets fangirl, and I've loved it since I was a little kid. And I'm glad that it's one of those rides with a film that they haven't changed, that they've kept it classic to Jim Henson. And this New Year's Eve, I spent in Muppet Vision 3D. So when the clock struck midnight, I was still watching the movie. And I just love it. I really have no explanation. I just really enjoyed the Muppets.
So you chose the Muppet ride
Yes.
over New Year's Eve midnight celebration.
Yes. When I say I was in there at midnight, so we get in the ride, and the ride operator, he was like, all right, congrats, you're on the last ride of 2016. And we're like, woo! And he's like, but just so you know, you might miss the fireworks. And we're like, yeah, it's fine. And there was me and one other family there. We're like, yeah, it's fine. So we're sitting there, and it was 11:59, and the fire truck was going through the building. We were like, are we gonna make it? So then, we were getting up and taking our glasses off as it hit midnight, and I met my mom and some workers from Pizza Rizzo right outside of Pizza Rizzo when we were leaving Muppet Vision, and we literally saw the first firework right outside of Muppet Vision. I just made it to see, but it did hit midnight when I was still in the building. So it made me feel special.
Okay. My number 2 is a newer ride. They just changed it. It's a little more than it's a little out of my element, but I thoroughly enjoy it. Soarin'. The new video
Yes.
video package is spectacular. Soaring around the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's fantastic. I was there when it just came out, a couple weeks after, and it was, I'm texting the family, like, this is incredible. Everyone's got to go see it. It's incredible. The lines have obviously gotten bigger. Get your fast pass early. But the new package is just awesome. The smells, the views, and the frightening part of the ride is still there, unfortunately. Eva, this is the big moment of truth. Your number one favorite ride at Walt Disney World. This is what you're telling all our viewers is your favorite ride and you recommend to everyone. Is that true? Rock and Roller Coaster? Tell us a little bit about why you chose it to be number one.
Because there's a big loop-de-loop and no one ever knows. And someone told me that there was a loop-de-loop. That's how I knew that there was a loop-de-loop. And it goes really fast.
Yeah.
And it's really dark, so you can't see anything.
It is an awesome ride.
Yeah, and it zooms you out real quick, right? There's a lot of lights and music. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, go.
And go.
Yeah.
Oh,
3, 2,
boy.
1, go.
I've never been on it, so I don't know. But what I do know is that they're probably going to change the theme of it. It's not going to be Rock and Roller Coaster or Aerosmith's Rock and Roller Coaster anymore.
Mickey's Rock and Roll.
There's going to be something.
It's going to be something, yeah.
It's going to be something. But, Angela, you want to talk about the ride at Universal Studios, and Disney should take a
They should take a hint.
A hint.
Anyone from Disney listening, this was Angela's idea. Angela from Next Stop Main Street. This was my idea. So the big roller coaster at Universal Studios Orlando, the Rip Rocket, I think that's what it's called. When you sit down in your seat, you get to choose your song. So they have all these rock and roll songs, and and it's kind of like a mix of like rock and roll and hip hop. But you get to choose your song before you go, and it plays just in your headset while you're going.
Idea.
That's a good idea, right?
Right.
So as you're sitting down in that loading section, you're picking your song while they're checking to make sure your seat is down. That would be a great idea. So Angela from Next Stop Main Street said, check it out.
That's actually a very good idea. I like that a lot.
Thanks.
Angela,
Yes.
we're moving on to your number one.
That's my
We're on
number
number
one.
one. This is a ride that you're telling our fans is must do Disney.
Stacy's Must Do Disney? Like Stacy should put it on her Must Do Disney?
This is Angela's must do
This is
Disney.
Angela's Must Do Disney. Is the Jungle Cruise in Magic Kingdom. It's not Animal Kingdom. It's the Jungle Cruise in Magic Kingdom. Again, my list is full of nostalgia rides for me, and I'm a very corny person, so I like all the punny jokes. And it's also a nice relaxing ride. You just take a seat for like 10 minutes, listen to your very corny skipper, and it is my dream to be a skipper one day, so let's hope that happens. And yes, I love the Jungle Cruise. Highly recommend.
She will be first in line to watch the movie.
Oh, yes.
My number one was a toss-up, and I know I didn't talk about Star Tours, and I didn't put it on the list because, it's an amazing ride. It's 80 different variations you can see, and they're adding scenes from The Last Jedi, and it's just a great, cool ride if you're a Star Wars nerd. But Star Wars isn't for everyone. Not everyone goes to Hollywood Studios.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to switch gears and say Test Track is going to be my absolute number one must-do ride at Disney World. It's at Epcot, and again, it's fast.
Yes.
You get to build your car, and when you sit in your seat, your car shows up. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You see how you compete against everyone else in your car and their cars that they built and designed. So, and it's fast, it's quick. It goes indoors to outdoors. You do the bumpy terrain. You get the heat on you and stuff like that. It's just fun, especially for me. A guy who doesn't like roller coasters too much. It's the closest I'm going to get to it, and it's fast paced and it's a good time.
Yeah. And I'm going to give an honorable mention to Space Mountain. I didn't put it on my list, mostly because when you're going in the queue, I only like Space Mountain if you go to the right. I don't like if you go to the left.
You like the Omega, not the Alpha?
Or I like one of them and not the other one.
Right.
Because one of them is like a mixture of turns and drops. That's the one I like. And if you go to the left, it's just turns. It's just like, whoa. But if you go to the right, it's like turn and drop and turn. Much better. But that's why I didn't make my list, because I only like it 50% of the time. And that's our episode for today. So thank you for hanging out with us while we went over our top 5 favorite rides and attractions in Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando, Florida. If you have any questions, leave them below. And if you have anything else you want us to talk about on our show, you can also leave that below, or tweet to us, or email us, whatever you want to do to contact us.
Facebook
yes,
page.
Our new Facebook page. Look us up, Next Stop Main Street. We'll leave a link in the description. Homemade mouse ears by Island Ear Company. Link in the description. These new Snow White ears for the Flower and Garden Festival are up. And these floral ears are also there that Eva is sporting. And And again, I'm doing my shirt shout-outs. So today's shirt is a mashup of American Horror Story and the Hollywood Tower Hotel, or the Tower of Terror, by the Lost Bros Trading Co. It also comes in t-shirt form if you are not up for the sweatshirt. But I think that's it.
That's it.
I'm Angela.
I'm Lenny.
I'm Eva.
Eva, thanks for joining us.
Yes, thank you, Eva. And we'll see you next time, probably on Main Street.
So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to all our videos for the latest updates on Next Stop Main Street.
And make sure you check out all of our other Disney videos by clicking up here.
Make sure you follow us on social media.